I want to say a great thank you to OBSBOT for providing us with the device to do this review. This is not a paid review, so I'll give you my full thoughts and opinions and also my recommendations. So stay tuned. Check it out. Okay, let's go. Flux Automators, welcome back. Have you ever needed a webcam that wasn't a normal webcam? Well, I think I found the product that you might be looking for. Now, the product I'm about to show you is a webcam that you can move around, attach different things, and it is a PTZ, pivot, tilt, zoom camera. Now, this is the OBSBOT Tiny 2 webcam. Now, looking at this is a really different type of webcam. Okay, there's other webcams like this, obviously, on the market right now, but this particular one has a few additional things that I think you might like. So stick around so I can tell you all about it. Now, this is the Tiny 2 webcam. Tiny 2 meaning there was a Tiny 1 before this, and there's also a Tiny 2 Lite. And as you can see, it comes nicely packaged and has a travel pouch with it. So in the packaging, you get the Tiny 2, a USB-C to USB-C cable, a mount which connects magnetically, and also a USB-C to a USB-A adapter. Now, looking around this device, it is nice and clean. And as you'll see, as I spoke about the PTZ, okay, so you get the pivot right here, you have the tilt, and inside there you have the zoom. It's nicely proportioned, put together, feels really well and good in hand. And in the back here, you have the USB-C connection. You get some additional pins. Now, this may be for some other peripherals, not too sure about them at this point in time. And then you also get a 1/4-inch head thread, which enables you to put this on a tripod. And in addition to that, because it has a magnetic bottom, you can attach that to anything that is metal and magnetic. So if you're in a meeting or anything like that and you want to place your camera in different angles, you can do, as I said, using the tripod, using magnetic, or even just using the mount that comes with the camera in the box. Now, one of the most useful things about this camera, and I think it's so great, is the fact that you can record in 4K 30. You can go up and down from 720 all the way up to 4K 30, and you will get some really good footage from it. Now, they've put 4K in this, and it really does give you a good crisp shot. Now, to enable you to get some good footage, no matter what the situation is and the type of light that you're getting, you have a 1/1.5 CMOS sensor. That's some good stuff. You get auto tracking, which enables you to move around the room, and you can track the person's face. You could do groups. Then you also have the ability to track different parts of the body. So you can do the torso, and you can do the lower part of the body, and you can tilt it to actually view what's on your table right in front of you. This camera is so well-rounded and versatile that you can even use your voice to communicate with it and get it to do different things, just like zooming in, zooming out, following you, stop following you, and a host of other different things, as you can see. In addition to the voice control, you actually get gesture control. So you can zoom in and zoom out. You can stop it from following you. All the verbal commands you can do, you can actually do with the hands as well, which I think is really good, especially if you're in a presentation and you may not be the person speaking, someone else might be speaking in the room. So that person can actually interact with the camera and get it to do what you need without needing a second camera person. The camera has 4 times faster focusing compared to the previous Tiny, and it can capture over 50 megapixels, which enables you to achieve high speed focusing, high resolution, high sensitivity, and high dynamic range under dimly lit conditions. Now, that's what you really need. Now, I know this is something that a lot of people would appreciate, because when you're out and about, you don't really want to be carrying extra lighting and things like that. This camera will enable you to get the right level of lighting because you have so much settings. You also have the ability to manage the ISO, so you can brighten your shot or darken your shot. There's so many intricate little details that you can play around with in the settings that make this an ideal purchase for who, you might be asking. And the main audience I think this camera focuses on is people that want good visuals when they're at home, when they're in the office, when they're away from the office, or when they're in the studio. So there's a variety of different ways you can actually get the best out of this camera. So if you're wondering how you might use this camera, here's a couple of examples. Now, when you're out and about and you're traveling and you're having any business meetings, you may need to be providing a good level and a good quality of video, because you might be doing some demonstration, you might have some products, you might have some things on the board, and you want to make sure you're able to capture everything to the highest quality. Another side to this could be if you are a YouTuber, just starting out, but just don't have enough funds to buy multiple different expensive cameras. This little thing could be the start of your production. Now, the reason I say that is because you have the screw mount on the underside, it enables you to have this as your top-down camera. So you could have it hanging from the top and have this looking and recording what is on your desk or on your table. So because of the great software that comes with this, you can add multiple cameras to have different angles and different scenes. You can manage that all from the installed application on your laptop. You could either be managing that yourself if you're doing a live stream or some type of broadcast, or you could have a second person to actually manage that and direct that in the background. Now, I've spoken about all the great stuff that this camera can provide and the things that it can do, but what can it not do? From what I've seen so far, it can do almost anything that you would need just before getting into that professional style and feel of video, because you're not going to get the same depth of field in your shots. That's something that will come the more you invest in your equipment. So as I said, if you just started out, this could be a well-rounded setup for you, having multiple of these cameras. Now, one of the few downsides that come with this device is the fact that all the processing of the video that this camera is capturing has to be rendered and managed on your laptop, meaning you need to have a really good graphics card on your machine. In my testing, I tried it on the top of the range MacBook from 2019 or 2020, and it kind of starts to stutter a little bit. Anything past that, I don't think you'll have any problem with that. Also, that comes with Windows machines as well. I have another machine that I've tested it on, which is a Windows machine, a i9, and a decent graphics card in there, and it manages to do the job quite well. I'm not too sure how it will manage when there's multiple cameras recording at the same time. This is something that I hope to cover in the future. OBSBOT, if you're listening, I like to try a multi-cam setup to see how it really works. The other side to that is that they have a different device called the Tail Air. Now, the Tail Air manages all the rendering of the video on the unit itself. So it doesn't rely on the laptop or the computer's graphics card, which I think is excellent. And once again, I hope to have that on the channel. I'd love to create a whole studio setup and replace these cameras with those cameras and see what we could get. So in addition to the app to control the camera, you are also able to purchase a remote control, which will enable you to just point and click and get to recording. If you have different cameras around the room, you can do that without having to actually touch your laptop. So for anybody out there that might need some beauty mode, not that I would know about that, there is a tab in the application which allows you to select different beauty modes and all those things, but that's something that I didn't touch. So last, as I said, you have the desk mode, which means you could be talking to someone in a web call, and then you could tilt it so you can see exactly what's on your desk if you're doing a demonstration or you're trying to show somebody something. Also, in addition to that, you have whiteboard mode, which means you can get the camera to focus on you, and then you can get it to swap out and focus on the board and back and forth as you're going. I think that is a great addition to the package, which enables you to have a well-rounded product that can be used in multiple environments. So if you think this is a product that you might want to purchase, click the link in the description so you can get more information about the product, and you can purchase that, which will in turn help the channel to buy more products, to do more reviews for you guys. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you soon.